Guys, Mr. Bowman here, carrying on with 1.2 Algebra. This time around, we've got all the achieved questions from the 2020 exam. And again, weird exam, just like the 2019 one, we've only got the 3 achieved questions to look at. So let's get straight into it. Question number 22. Find the value, so that means we're calculating an exact number, of this messy thing over here when x is equal to 2 and y is equal to 3. So what this is asking us to do, asking us to substitute, we need to put the x's in. So they go away, the 2 comes in. We're then going to put the y's in, they go away, and the negative 3 comes in after that. So let's start just by jotting it down so don't do any silly math errors on video. So we got 2x squared plus 8 plus 2y squared plus x squared minus 2. I'm now going to substitute. Remember, the x's are becoming 2 and the y's are becoming negative 3. When you substitute, make sure you put it in a negative bracket to avoid any silly math errors, particularly with that negative 3. So I've got 3 and then brackets, 2 squared, because that's what x is, plus 8 plus 2, and then in brackets, negative 3, because that's what y is, plus, and then brackets again for 2, which is the x squared minus 2. So notice everything I've substituted, there are my x's, they're in brackets, and then there's the y in the middle there, also brackets. We're now going to follow BEDMAS just to get us through to our final answer. I'm going to start off with all my exponents. So 2 squared over here is going to become 4, so that there is going to become 3 times 4, plus 8 is unchanged. I've then got negative 3 all squared, so that's going to become 2 times 9. And then I've got 2 squared, which is 4, and then I've got minus 2. I'm now going to do my multiplying. 3 times 4 is 12, and then plus 8, and then I've got 2 times 9, which is 18, plus 4 minus 2. We're now going to evaluate this. So 2 plus 8 is 20, plus 4 is 38. Sorry, plus 18 is 38, plus 4 is 42, and minus the 2 at the end gets us to 40. So that means 40 is the value for that. To question number 23, someone's height can be estimated from the length of their forearm, and we've been given an equation to do that, and you'll see h for height over here, and that uses f for the length of the forearm to get that. Use the formula to find the length of a person's forearm if their height is 120 or 160 centimeters. So I'm going to start by jotting down the formula. H is equal to 3f plus 100. And this part here tells me h is equal to 160. So I'm going to substitute that in. The h goes away and the 160 comes in. So 160 is equal to 3f plus 100. And I like what I've got here because I'm trying to find out the length of someone's forearm. And my equation now only has the f left. So I'm going to go ahead and use algebra to find out what the f represents. So I'm going to start off by doing minus 100 minus 100. And these hundreds cancel each other out. So 60 equals 3f. I'm then going to go divide by 3, which means f is equal to 20 centimeters. So what this here tells us is if someone's forearm is 20 centimeters long, we're expecting them to have that height of 160 centimeters. On to question number 24 off the website. The sum of the interior angles of a quadrilateral is 360 degrees. Just a reminder, quadrilateral means 4-sided shape, and that's what we've got here. 1, 2, 3, 4 sides. And we've been asked to find the value of x in the above diagram. So I suppose another keyword I haven't indicated here is that word sum. So what that suggests is addition. So what we're going to do is we're going to add all of these 4 angles together, and I know that should come up to 360 degrees. So let's start off that. So we're going to have 9x minus 40, which is that first one there. We're then going to plus 11x plus 40, so that's gone. We're then going to do the next angle, which is 6, and then brackets, x plus 5, and then finally the very end, plus 10, and then in brackets, x minus 3, And forgive me, I've run out of working, but just above here, I'm going to write that should be equal to 360 degrees, because that's what we were told about here. So this equation looks really, really messy, but all I've got to do is I've got to simplify as best I can this expression here, and I'm going to start off by expanding these bits here. That way I can get access to the brackets. So 9x minus 40, that's not changed, plus 11x plus 40, that's not changed either, but my expanding will change things. So I've got 6x over there, and then I've got 30 over here, and then the next bracket, there's a plus 10x, and then finally, there's a minus 30. And all of that should come to 360 degrees. I'm now going to group together all my like terms. So I'm going to add up all of the x's across my expression, my statement. So these two here gets me to 20. I'm now up to 26, and then I now get to 36. So that there is going to be 36x. I'm now going to look at all the numbers, and I'm liking what I see with the numbers because this negative 40 and positive 30, they cancel each other out. That's going to be 0. And the same happens with this positive 30 and this negative 30. So again, they cancel each other out. So even though it looks really messy at this stage, we know that 36x is equal to 360 degrees, and that's going to be a lot easier to deal with. I now go divide by 36, divide by 36, which means x is going to be equal to 10. So that wraps up the achieved questions for the 2020 video. Hopefully you found them useful. Keep an eye out for the Merit and Excellence videos to come shortly.